I put thousands of hours into training and studying to become a pilot. So why did I get started in real estate? I went to college and got a degree in aviation management, which is a business degree and a concentration with aviation. I went through many hours of training and lots of studying, a lot of sacrifice, and a lot of money. And I finally accomplished my goal of becoming a professional pilot. And today I still am a professional pilot. So why am I here talking about real estate and now in a whole new career field? That's what today's story is all about. And I want you to think about where you are in your life, what career you're on, and remember that you're not tied to that career. That is not who you are. You can always change and you can always adapt to new likings and new dislikes. So keep an open mind when you're listening to this story and realize that not everything is always the way that it starts out to be. My journey started with a huge curiosity into financial freedom. And not just financial freedom, but basically all types of freedom. This was a high value for me, something I always wanted, always strived for, and it was a very important thing for me to accomplish in my life. So I started to research what this meant and how people achieved this level of freedom in their lives. As I studied and looked at other people and experienced interactions with people who had this, I came to realize that there were strong patterns amongst these people. Those patterns, again and again, came up with real estate. There was some sort of tie between financial freedom and real estate in a lot of these people's lives. And then I started to study real estate because I realized that this may be the one avenue, a very, very strong avenue to reach financial freedom, to get to where I wanted to be. Because I knew that flying as a pilot could get me to a certain level of freedom, but I was still tied to a certain schedule, a certain person, a certain company, and a certain paycheck. And I didn't want that type of limitation, and especially I didn't want to expose myself to the risk of a health hazard or anything happening to me physically where now I can't fly a plane and I have no source of income. Because to me, that's the riskiest thing. You have one source of income, something happens to you, especially as a pilot, and now you can't produce any more income. So I studied real estate and read books and listened to podcasts and YouTube videos for a long time. And at the same time I was doing this, I was working for a company where I was based in San Juan, Puerto Rico. I was flying with a bunch of other pilots down there, and we all lived in these apartments together. So as I was doing this, I realized that there was a huge need for short-term affordable housing amongst my coworkers. This seemed to be a problem, and I went out and asked people, hey, if you had, a room rental and it was a month-to-month thing, you didn't have to sign a year lease, and it was affordable, would you consider doing something like that? And they really all needed this and said, yes, that's awesome. We need more of that type of housing. And so I saw a problem and I saw a solution in real estate for my coworkers and my company as a whole. And that is how I started my real estate career. I started in room rentals, and it was with the intention to help my company and my coworkers with affordable, flexible housing. And then it just branched off and evolved from there. The initial interest in financial freedom and ultimately real estate has led me to where I am today. And now I have a passion for it, and I want to share what I know and inspire others so that they can see what's possible and that you're not stuck to one path. If you guys are where you are now and not happy, or if you're deciding on what career path to go down, just start on it, because you won't know your real skills, strengths, weaknesses, interests, and dislikes until you're immersed in the subject. When you get in it, you'll know, wow, I really love this thing, and you're gonna keep driving forward. or you're gonna figure out, I don't like this, I'm not good at it, and then you're gonna switch. And that's the whole point. Don't go into something undecided. Decide, I'm doing this, do it, and then you'll figure out if you like it or not. So with all that being said, let's recap the 3 most valuable insights that I learned. Number 1, having one job is risky. It's not what they tell you. If you go and you get a job out of college that's high paying, it's stable, it's secure, that's great until you can't work that job anymore, until they lay you off, until you're medically disabled, whatever it is. But especially as a pilot, if I have a medical issue, I can't fly, I'm not making money anymore. So now I have skills, I have knowledge and expertise in a whole different industry, in a different field, that I can still produce income with if, God forbid, something happens. Number 2 is find solutions to problems. No matter what field you're in, what job you have, there are always problems and there are always solutions. Are you going to be the person that comes up with the solution? Are you going to be the one that gets paid for that solution? There's always opportunities. Make sure you're seeking them out, because that's what I did, and look what it led to. Number 3, don't confuse your identity with your career. Your career is what you do. It is not who you are. Make sure that you're going out there learning and improving upon your skills and knowledge. Be open-minded, because your career that you have now can very well lead into a whole new career if you are open to that idea and if you are learning and growing. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Remember to keep going, keep learning, and keep grinding.